Good morning, and welcome to Ramblings with Joe, Christmas Eve edition. So, it is Christmas Eve, and I kind of woke up this morning in a good mood. I wasn't going to work. I am getting paid for it because it's a paid holiday from my company, which is awesome. I mean, the idea that they're just going to pay me for staying at home, what a time to live in. But I did wake up, and the first article that popped up on my news feed was one about the people we've lost in 2025. And I have to admit that I kind of took a look back, and the two people that stood out to me the most was Charlie Kirk and Rob Reiner. Now, Charlie Kirk, and what that meant to me was a very, very large divide in our country. The idea that someone was shot on a college campus because of their political beliefs and their desire to, well, have debate about those beliefs, including his religious beliefs. That kind of is a line in the sand that apparently Americans are willing to cross. Now, there's a large group of people saying that this was not a political killing, but it was a killing, but by someone who is a little bit off their rocker. I don't think so. I think that the culmination of all the political beliefs being pushed by colleges and teachers and basically the left set this guy up to be a political assassin through the culture that they've created. That being said, I'm not going to stop talking. I'm not going to quit exercising my right of free speech, and I hope that you on both sides also continue to speak freely. It is what the First Amendment was designed to do. It was not designed to keep people from hearing speech they don't like. Quite the opposite. It was designed to make sure that people who are speaking about things that are unpopular could continue to do so. And that's where I stand on that. And it really is what freedom of speech is. You need to let people talk about what they want to talk about, when they want to talk about it, as long as it's not infringing on someone else's rights. That's it. And that's what the Charlie Kirk killing meant to me. His murder, and I used to watch him occasionally. It was part of my nighttime ritual, see what's going on, see if it was something I was interested in watching, and oftentimes it was, and I think that the world is a lesser place because of his absence. I did lose some friends because of it, because they were jubilant because someone they opposed had been killed. And I know that it's not a perfect description of why I lost some friends. Some friends I lost because they were rejoicing in the idea that this voice had been silenced because they disagreed with his politics. I'm sorry, if we're going to go to war, your side is going to lose. I'm a constitutionalist. I think that the Constitution and its intent should be followed. And the First Amendment is not so that you can't hear things you don't like. It's so you have to walk away from things you don't like. So if you don't like my show, there's a little X up in the corner. Click it. I'm gone. Not a problem. The next one that kind of hit home was Rob Reiner. Affectionately, in my mind, he will always be known as Meathead. I'm that old. The show was called All in the Family, and it was a nightly thing for our family to sit down and watch, well, once a week, watch All in the Family with Edith and Archie and Meathead and, what was Sally Struthers' character's name? I can't remember. But this was something we did on the nightly. And it was a fantastic show. Archie Bunker, he was the absolute epitome of everything negative in the conservative movement of the time. And Rob Reiner, Meathead, he was the absolute epitome of everything negative on the progressive side. And the two met in a constant clash. But the one thing that was never in doubt was whether they were family or not. Yes, they came to loggerheads constantly, but they were family. And that was the real theme that ran in the background of that show. And it was something that it taught me at an early age that people have the ability to grow, because that's actually what happened with Archie Bunker. He grew. When Rob Reiner was killed, I did not celebrate this. It was a very sad passing in my mind, and it was something that I still think it's very sad. Nobody should celebrate the demise of anyone else. And that goes all the way from, someone that you absolutely hate, which you shouldn't, to someone that you have a political disagreement with. And these two deaths and the reactions to these two deaths really illustrate where we stand as a country. We have to accept that the general population of each party, both the left and the right, they have what's best in mind for the country. That may differ in their beliefs. The left may think that it's okay for a man who identifies as a woman to participate in women's sport, while the right believes that that's not right, that it's wrong for that to happen. You can each have that belief, and as long as you are not interloping on someone else's freedoms or rights, believe whatever you want. It is what it is, and we are a country. We can find common ground on some issues, and on some issues, we'll never find common ground. So I'm not a big fan of the left. I think that a lot of their beliefs are misled and are reinforced by our educational system. However, it's their right to have those beliefs. I've been told to stop clicking my pen, so I'm going to try and put it down now. I like to have something in my hand to do with. But I just because I disagree with the people on the left, as long as they are civil and they are not screaming at me or trying to reduce my freedoms as an individual in this country, I got no problem. You believe whatever you want. Don't be vicious. The same thing goes for the right. As long as you are voicing your opinion, I got no problem with that. But when you try to impose your decisions upon me and my family, that's not acceptable. Rob Reiner will always live in my mind's eye as Meathead, a lovable liberal who really had all of the negative traits of the progressive movement of the time. And I keep having to say of the time because times are different, and a lot of those beliefs will probably be considered conservative at this point in history. That's really where we're at on that. We're in the holidays now, and the holidays are something very interesting to me. The people who are anti-theists, they have the strongest belief systems of anybody I know. I also think that they have the wrong belief system, and that's my right. I can believe that. It's your right to think that I'm an idiot for believing in a God. Completely support you, and I will fight for your right to believe that. What I won't fight for is your thought process, or rather your movement to stop the celebration by people who believe. I read an article today about a governor here in the United States who is giving the state off Friday because of Christmas. The state is overwhelmingly Christian. She's a Christian, and she made a decision for that community, the majority there, to give the day off. It's not unconstitutional, in my opinion, but the anti-theists believe it is. And I don't care. You can believe it's unconstitutional. You can take them to court. And you can force all of her constituents to pay for a defense of your belief system and their belief system. And the outcome will more than likely be that a governor has the right to give its employees of the state a day off, and you will lose. That's my personal opinion. If you win, then you have, made inroads toward your belief system and enforcing that belief on other people. It is not freedom from religion. This comes down to, I'm putting a lot into this podcast. The wife's downstairs cooking, so I'm going to stretch this out. But I'm going to put a lot of my beliefs out there too, a lot of my political beliefs. So the idea that you want to stop a community, that state community as a whole, from celebrating that particular holiday because the governor said, all right, everybody gets the 26th off because it is in celebration of Christmas, and she's a Christian and the majority of them are Christians. She's not saying that you can only have the day off if you are a Christian. She's saying everybody can have the day off. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm a Christian and the majority of you are Christians, but everybody's treated the same. Meh, get over yourselves. Just because you don't believe something doesn't mean that you can't live in a state where the majority does, and vice versa. Right? So that one kind of hit me this morning. We have religions in this country that are at each other's throats at times. This needs to stop. If you're Jewish and you just celebrated Hanukkah and you wished me a happy Hanukkah, thank you. I appreciate it. You're sharing your culture and your religion with me. If I'm a Christian and I tell you Merry Christmas, don't be offended. It's my religion. It's what I'm celebrating. It's what I am going through. It's my culture. And I can wish you a Merry Christmas. As a matter of fact, I'm going to wish you all a Merry Christmas right now, especially my Jewish friends and my Muslim friends. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. You don't have to get in my grill and scream at me that you don't celebrate that. It's not you who's wishing it. It's me. I'm the one giving you a Merry Christmas. If you're Jewish, we just celebrated Hanukkah. And if I'm Jewish and I come up to you and I say, hey, buddy, I know you're a Christian, but happy Hanukkah. Don't get in my grill and tell me you don't want to celebrate Hanukkah. I don't care what you want to celebrate. This is two things, freedom of religion and freedom of speech. And I'll wish anybody I want Hanukkah. You have the freedom to get in my grill and say, I don't practice that, and try and convince me. But when I say not interested and walk away, don't be butthurt. My culture, my religion. I'll do it my way. If you're Muslim and you want to wish me a, whatever you Muslims, I can't think of a holiday right now that they celebrate. I don't really care. I looked into it for a moment and I'm not interested in becoming a Muslim or Islamist or anything along those lines. By golly, wish it to me. I may ask you, what does it mean? Tell me about that. What I'm not going to do is get in your face and say, I don't celebrate that and you can kiss my butt. It's not my business. It's your culture. You want to wish me a happy whatever holiday? Go for it. If you are any religion and you want to wish me a happy thing, do it. As long as you're not infringing upon my freedom or my rights to walk away or to live in peace in my house, then just do whatever you want. I don't care. Wish me a happy 12th of July on December 24th. Yay. I don't care. I think you're foolish and I might go out and buy you a calendar, but hey, if your religion says this is July, 12th and it's not, go for it. I don't care. Just because someone wishes you a Merry Christmas doesn't mean they're trying to turn you into a Christian. If they wish you a happy Hanukkah, they're not trying to turn you Jewish. I'm not sure what the Jehovah's Witnesses are wishing around this time, but I'm sure it's Christmas. Who cares? Let people be people. And if they listen to what you're angry about, I'm going to go back to the Christian thing. I have more experience with it. Wishing someone a Merry Christmas. I want you to have a good day. And from my culture, it's Christmas. And I want you to have a good Christmas day. That day that is in my culture called Christmas Day. You're angry because I'm hoping you have a good one? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, that's my opinion. So that's Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you want to do it. Smile. Tell people that you wish that they have a happy one. I certainly will take it with a grain of salt and its true intent, which is have a happy day. That's called Christmas Day. Yeah, I'm good with that. It was a very rough year. This is going to be a fantastic weekend. I can feel it deep in the heart of my soul. I don't even know what it holds for me, but what's in store for me. But I know that there is a woman downstairs making delicious treats that I'm going to partake in. And I have not been keto except for 2 weeks since Thanksgiving. But life is short. Sometimes you just got to throw caution to the wind and say, this is what I want to do now. And that's what we're doing. We're participating in the gluttony of the American holidays. And that's where we're at. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another podcast tomorrow, Christmas Day. Probably not Christmas Day, but probably not. I'm probably just going to go to my family's house and enjoy the day. I kind of started a new trek at work yesterday, and I cannot speak highly enough about this company. I'm just tickled with what's going on. And I'm learning a lot. I'm learning quite a bit. Well, number one, I'm learning that in the office setting, there's a lot of very old programs. There's one program that we're using that's been around since 1988, and it's so embedded in business that they're having a really hard time figuring out how to update it. I'm not sure why they don't just put a skin on top of it to make it easier to. At any rate, that's work, and today's a day off. Today is Wednesday, and it's going to be a wonderful Wednesday. I know I'm going to have a wonderful Wednesday. I hope that you go out and have a wonderful Wednesday and hug the people you love, because that's what holidays are really about. It's about love and kindness and treating each other right. And I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to love my wife. I might make some more coffee. I'll have to give that serious thought. I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. I hope that you all have a wonderful Wednesday, and I hope that you have a Merry Christmas. Till next time, I hope you find peace, love, and dream. Lahit Traut.